Hey everybody, it's Dr. Wilkie here, and I wanted to take a minute to do a video to sort of introduce you all to Julius, which may seem backwards, right? Because now you've had a chance to play with it with some of your assignments, and now I'm sort of introducing it to you. But mostly I wanted you all to sort of feel it out and see what you could come up with on your own. And then I want to talk about how you can use Julius.ai. My kiddo's in the background, by the way. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and he's out of school, but I'm here at work because it's not a holiday for us here on campus. We don't have classes, but staff are here today. And so if you see somebody or hear somebody wiggling around in the back, right, that's JD. So anyway, Julius.ai. What I want to do is sort of give you an idea of what it can do, how it might be useful, and then we'll play with some data. So let me minimize myself there. So when you log in, this is what you see here, right? So the first thing we're going to do is look at what it can do. So it's really good at quick data visualization. You click preview here, and it'll show you what it'll do, right? It'll show you how easily it can make charts and those sorts of things. It'll clean data. So let's say that you have a couple of different spreadsheets you need to put into one, or let's say that you have a spreadsheet that has last name, comma, first name, and you want to divide that so that you have a separate column for last name, a separate column for first name. It'll do all of that. It'll even give you some suggestions about how to clean it up. It'll do significance testing, which is really helpful. You don't have to have SPSS software, for example, anymore. It'll do time series analysis. It'll extract tables from a PDF, which is super helpful because sometimes, right, like you just have a PDF and you need a table out of that, and it's really good at that. So let's do some playing around. So we're going to click Upload File here, and we're going to click on... let me find a folder that I know has some data right there. So let's just look at a course schedule report from last semester of the current semester's course schedule. So I just clicked upload there. I found that on my computer. It was on one of my network drives. And so what you see here is you have year, term, course code, title, credit hours, a bunch of information here about our academic calendar. It's got enrollment and capacity, which is particularly useful. You okay back there, buddy? You want to say hello? No, he's going to be bashful. All right.
Hi.
Oh, he's saying hello. I know some of you all probably have kiddos too, right? So you just got to do what you do, right? All right, so let me pull that back up here. It gave us a preview. Here's what I'm interested in knowing. I want to know which courses are full. Can you... So give me a list. So I asked it to give me a list of all courses where enrollment is equal to capacity. So it's going to think a little bit. This probably won't look new to you all because you've probably been fooling with it a little bit already. One of the cool things about Julius is I think I said this in the last video, it asks you, oh, an issue with the connection. The internet's a little bit spotty here on campus. So let's rerun it. I think the internet blinked here on campus and that caused an issue. So I'm just gonna copy and, oh no, it's doing it. Okay. All right, so it gave me a list here, right, of the courses where enrollment equals capacity. So this gives us a list of full courses, right? So some things you might see here, you might notice, for example, we have courses that have one student in them because they're independent studies or teaching assistantship. So I could ask it to eliminate those courses if I gave it a list. There's lots of things you could do. So here's another question. Let's say that we want to know how many courses didn't make. And by make, we mean here at the college we have a policy that if there are fewer than 5 students enrolled, then the course technically can't run unless there's some compelling reason. So can you ask it that? A list of all courses with an enrollment less than 5. Oh, he's going to give me bunny ears in the background. Yeah, you see, see, here's, look at that. You're on camera now, buddy. Some of you all know JD. A couple of you all have actually babysat JD before that are in this class. So some of you, if you know what a ham he is, right? So here's a whole list of classes that have an enrollment of less than 5. As a matter of fact, I ran that exact same report in November when I was last looking at this, because we have to make administrative decisions about which classes run and which ones don't, right? So there's all sorts of things you can ask it. So I would encourage you to find a data set and start to play with it. Ask it to clean it up. You could create a simple table with course code and enrollment number. It's a way of cleaning up the data, right? And it just takes it a minute. Some things take longer than others. All right, so this worked off the last question I gave it. So it gave me a list of the course code and the enrollment here. It also gave me this number at first, which is the number, the row of data it was on, which is extraneous. I would ask it to redo that and maybe not do that again. So again, that's a list of an example of things that you can do with Julius. And so I would just encourage you all to dive in. Another thing that I would ask you all to do, or not ask you all to do, but think about is click new thread when you're doing something new. So if you look back and you want to keep track, instead of taking the same thread over and over and uploading new data and asking new questions, do a new thread. And the reason you should do that is because if you click right here and click My Threads, it gives you a list of all the things you've done with it, and you can go back and easily access things you've done in the past. One thing I will note is that as a means of protecting your data, hey buddy, could you please not do that? Yeah. Thank you. So as a means of protecting your data, it won't let you access things that are more than 2 hours old. So if you have given it some data and asked it to give you a different spreadsheet or some data, you can't download that again after 2 hours because it goes through and purges all its files so that your data is not stored in the system. That makes me feel a little bit better about the security of uploading data into this tool. So as you work through this, think about what questions you might have, think about how you might use this, and let me know how I can help. So hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all on the discussion boards and in emails.